Out to Frank Taffy, friend and rep for George Zimmerman. Response, Taffy?
Nancy, you know, I concur with you. Murder 2 is out because the government spent most of their time trying to prove the fact of the invincing. Oh, there you are. Okay. Sorry. I concur with you. I believe that the government spent most of the time trying to say how bad George was, that he racially profiled. I mean, that was the bulk of their entire prosecution. And here we are looking at manslaughter. It kind of took them off guard. And the good thing is, I feel a good thing is that it's voluntary. I would think that they would have, in the lesser, that they were included involuntary, which is culpable negligence, and they didn't go there. So here's the deal. The state had yet to ever disprove self-defense in Murder 2, and guess what? That transcends into the lesser charge of manslaughter. So I still feel very comfortable that right now it's 5-1 for acquittal, and there's one holdout right now.
You know, number one, I need an interpreter to figure out what it is you just said. I asked you for a response, and you just went off. I don't even know what you're saying, except now, Taffy, you apparently claim that you know the breakdown of the vote in the jury room. You said you think it's 5-1. 5-1. How would you come up with 5-1?
I firmly believe it's 5-1 for acquittal, and there's one holdout. Murder 2, which you know, Nancy, you know.
Why do you think there's one holdout?
Aspetta, Nancy, listen. You know that the government spent the bulk of the prosecution on trying to say how depraved George was. They kept bringing up the F-bombs and everything else.
Answer.
I just did.
Why? Where are you getting 5-1? You're just making it up. It's not one shred of evidence to suggest that there has even been a vote yet. How?
Let's just say Murder 2. If Murder 2 is off the plate, guess what's right behind coming off the plate? Manslaughter. They still, if self-defense is in Murder 2,
why don't you just pull out your Ouija board, Taffy, and tell me what's going to happen? Because you're not telling me where you're getting this zany 5-1 thing. I think you've got a Ouija board down your pants, and you're going to pull that out.
You know,
yes, no, 5, 4,
1969.
1. What?
1969, Joe Namath said we're going to win the Super Bowl.
Lord in heaven.
And we're going to win this.
Did I just hear you say 1969? All right. Okay, back to you, Mr. Parks. Now Taffy says he's got the actual vote, 5-1. Has there? You're in the courtroom. You're with the family. Has anybody got a breakdown like that, or is Taffy just like making that up?
Well, Frank Taffy is just being himself.
So where was everybody? How was that first vote?
We had 3 not guilties, 1 second-degree murder, and 2 manslaughters.
So half the jury felt he was not guilty, 2 manslaughters and 1 second degree.
Exactly. We actually had gotten it down to manslaughter because the second degree, it wasn't at second degree anymore.
So the person who felt it was second degree going into it, you had convinced them, okay, it's manslaughter.
Through going through the law.
Mm-hmm. You sent a question out to the judge about manslaughter.
Yes.
And about the
what could be applied to the manslaughter. We were looking at the self-defense. One of the girls said asked if you can put all the leading things into that one moment where he feels it's a matter of life or death to shoot this boy, or if it was just at the heat of passion at that moment.
So that juror wanted to know whether the things that had brought George Zimmerman to that place, not just in the minute or two before.